Alright, we are in the Rubicon here, and I've been having some problems with ham radio antenna placement on the Jeep. So my buddy, No War in 0WAR, loaned me his antenna analyzer, and I've been doing some work on the vehicle. And I was going to show you guys how I had my ham gear installed in here anyway. And basically, my goal was always to be at 1.7 to 1 or less, because then the radio doesn't detune itself. And most of the stuff that I talk on is down in the 446 range anyway, but there's some other repeaters in the 447. So original placement on the antenna was, and I'll show you guys that. Let me jump this down into 2 meter here. You can see the SWR is horrible in the commercial bands, and that's because this is not a commercial antenna. So 146, you see the SWR is dropping. So we're now inside the 2 meter portion of the ham band. A lot of the stuff I talk on is down here, and of course we've got the calling channel on about 520. So somewhere in there, 1.6 to 1. I haven't checked this under actual load, but it should be good. And then, whoops, went too far. The packet channel for automatic packet reporting, or APRS, because I do use that, 144 390, 1.3 to 1. So previously I was running 2 to 1 across the entire ham band. So I'll give you guys a little tour. The Kenwood display head is on the dash of the Jeep, and now I have a dual band antenna on the cowling of the Jeep. So it used to be mounted right down here, and it wouldn't tune right at all. It was 2.7, 2.5, 2.0. So I drilled a 3/4 inch hole right here. This is a replaceable piece of metal, and the coax runs, you probably can't see it, but it runs right in there. Long inside there's a foam plug. I pushed a wire through, comes down in here, down and around, underneath, under the CB. Tucked it in underneath here, and I'll go around to the other side. Make sure the doors are unlocked. That would be the shits to lock yourself out of the running vehicle. So it comes down and around underneath here, and the radio body to the Kenwood D710a is right there. It has that yellow sticker on it. So real nice, real clean install, concealed, using a piece of factory metal there for the seat. There's some of the power. Power is actually runs up under here, up to that relay. That's ignition sensed relay, and then it runs out under the hood on a 50 amp circuit breaker, which it's windy, otherwise I'd show you. So I'm going to stop this, and I will hook this back up to the radio, and we will fire the radio up. Alright, so the radio's hooked up, and looks like we are in business. So one thing I have not been able to address yet on this vehicle, and I will eventually, but I have S-meter squelch enabled, because I have S4 noise coming off the vehicle electronics. So all I hear the whole time is just static. So I had to turn on S-meter squelch. That way my position would actually beacon out. Whoops, that's the wrong knob. I was trying to do that while I was talking. So you can see that's moving left, right. So I just leave it up pretty high. It's the APRS channel. It's not a big deal. And it's literally only on that channel, or on that frequency, that this happens. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. But we'll make sure that, let's go to a different, I know a repeater that's offline because I'm the president of this club. So I will key that one. N0 AOL test. So I knew that was offline because I didn't want to interrupt the video with somebody coming back to talk to me. So I just wanted to make sure that when it transmitted, the radio didn't do anything weird. Not that it would, but I need to get the actual power meter hooked up to this and make sure that this antenna here, being this close to the A pillar, doesn't you know, radiate any weird electricity back into the antenna. But as you can see, this is about my headline, and it's really not in my way. It's off to the left. It really doesn't bother me. This camera sees wider than your eyes do anyway. Honestly, what bothers me more is this radio head is kind of in my line of sight. For when I'm sitting here, it literally blocks the front of the hood. So not a big deal. I actually can move this seat up a little bit and sit higher in it. I kind of slouch when I drive, but this is about my eye line here. So I'm happy with how this turned out, but I had a couple people kind of private message me on YouTube there and was asking, you know, how I did that. So I wanted to actually get the video out. That's nice right there with it being, you know, through the metal, has a really good ground. I think that's why I couldn't get good SWRs. I didn't have a good ground. So that's drilled through there, and it's on a spring, so if you whack a tree branch or something, it's not going to come ripping out of there. And then heaven forbid, I have no plans on selling this vehicle, but you could replace that metal cowling across there. It's got hail damage on it anyway. I bought the vehicle like that. So anyway, I'm really happy with how that turned out. And there you go. Just wanted to show you guys since you were asking.